All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's dive into the TA. All right, guys, pretty juicy stuff to talk about today. All right, first things first, I'm going to just, preface this video by saying I do think the market's going to be pulling back. I do think that's going to provide a nice buying opportunity on a lot of the names. And yeah, let's dive right into it. All right, guys, kicking off here with SPY, S&P 500. You did close out the day with that spinning top style candlestick. And QQ closed out with the shooting star style candlestick. We're probably going to be getting that pullback here. We've kind of gone straight vertical over here on SPY for over $30. It is the same over there on QQQ. We went from 500 to today up to 530. Okay, we are looking for the market to pull back, and if we do get that pullback that we want, we are looking to buy that thing for new highs. I do think new highs are going to be incoming. I am just going to jump over here to Mr. VIX before I finish up with SPY. You did print a reversal candlestick today, and I will point out hourly RSI was in oversold territory. 4-hour RSI is getting down there. This is looking kind of reversally to me. And, you can clearly see the daily candle that was printed is suggesting that the selling is, there's a halt coming to the selling. All right. It is, kind of shaping up for a little, bounce over here on the VIX. And I'm going to be looking for a test of 16 to 17 bucks over here on Mr. VIX. I'm not saying that's coming, but that is where the short-term moving averages are. We typically get our reversion to the mean quite often. All right. Quite often you're getting ahead of yourself. Oh, you pull back. You're getting ahead of yourself. Oh, you pull back. Okay. Getting ahead of yourself. You pull back. You got ahead of yourself to the downside. Oh, what happened? You pull back. All right. So I'm going to be watching those short-term moving averages. And, if things are in key spots over there in SPY and QQQ, when this thing gets over here, I'm going to expect that to sell. Okay, over here on VIX to sell. But, before that sell, I think we're probably about to get a little bounce. And that is going to go along with the market pulling back. Okay, coming down to the 15-minute time frame, I will just point out you had this nice 15-minute bearish divergence carving out today. Okay, as you could see, we did start seeing that play out into the end of day. You started selling, and I do think we're probably going to be continuing lower tomorrow. All right, so, real talk, you're rejecting right here at 606.41. A pullback, guys, is very healthy at this point. We're well above the short-term moving averages over here on the daily time frame. We're well above them over here on the weekly time frame. We clear as day had a reversal setup coming into this week. We're looking for further upside. We're saying, SPY to new highs is possible this week, but probably over the next 1 to 2 weeks. All right, this is what we, reviewed over there in detail in the weekly update. If you are new to the channel, every week, every Saturday, Friday night / Saturday morning, I put out a video that goes over everything we need to, pretty much have on our radar, and everything we need to know going into the following week. And I point out where the opportunity lies going into that week, so we can all kill it. All right, and I hope you guys are killing it. And that is that. Okay. If price is to pull back, let's go over support on SPY, guys. Underneath 606.41, that's the resistance you're rejecting off of today. We're going to have 602.13 support. That is where the 0.786 fib is. We got a touch point. We got a touch point over there. All right, so that's going to be something to pay attention to. But if that does not hold, I'm watching 599.70. Why does that level stand out to me, guys? That is, right over here. That was a swing high over here on the daily time frame. You finally took that out. That was the first, higher high you had over here past this previous swing high. This is the first time you had it, this whole decline. All right. So, we consolidated for a month to month and a half. All right. This bullish consolidation we had, we pulled back in this very controlled manner. All right. And now we're seeing that impulsive move. I was saying, it's right around the corner. You just got to wait for it and get paid on it. All right. And I think this is just getting started, guys, with how things are setting up, especially with how the semiconductors are looking. Okay. All right. So support, you're watching 602.13. You're watching 599.70. If things get real crazy, you're watching 597.75 and then 595.61. That is where you have gap support, and then 594.30, which actually is your gap sitting down there. Okay. You know, if you come down here, guys, you have the short-term moving averages right there. Definitely expect buyers to step in. And, you know, what are you also going to have? You're going to have trend line support, all right? So do not panic if you see a $10 move down on SPY. It is a clear as day buying opportunity. You know, anybody who's telling you that this is a bearish chart and it is going to, you know, sell, the guy doesn't know how to read a chart. The woman doesn't know how to read a chart. The dog, whoever it is, does not know how to read a chart. And, you know, I'm just saying you should not be getting your, you know, financial information from said person. Okay. On the upside, as resistance, of course, we're rejecting that 606.41 level right there. All right. We knew above 602.13, we're probably going to start making our way up to 609.07. But first, we have this resistance right there at 606.41. All right. Above there, we have 609.07. Then you have the 610 psychological level. And then above there, you have 615 and then 620. I do think QQQ, I'm going to put a target on the board specifically for QQ, 550 to 560. I think that is what is incoming. SPY is going to go along for the ride, which means SPY is probably going to be moving up $20+ above the current high as well. All right. So I do think, you know, 630 is on the table over there for SPY. Okay. Same thing as SPY, except even more bullish weekly chart. Nice bull flag, bull pennant, falling wedge, bullish consolidation pattern right over here with the slow and controlled selling right into the weekly 21 EMA, which also happens to be a major break and retest level. You already flipped it over here and you're having that second wind come over here. Okay. You know, very clearly that buyers want to drive this thing up to new highs. And, you know, typically, guys, you get a lot more new highs. You don't just, you know, peekaboo right over there over the previous high and then come back down. I've talked about this, you know, so many times over the past, you know, 1 to 2 years here on this channel. Double tops on weekly charts, on the higher time frame charts, the weekly and daily charts, they typically don't play out. Okay. If you do get, you know, something like that, you're going to get something making a lower low. Okay. Or something making a slight higher high. You typically, like, just look back. You don't really get double tops over here, okay? You see how you slightly took out this high over here, and then you danced around it, okay? You didn't just, you know, like you went down and came back up, okay? You could see over here, oh, right here was a double tap. What happened? You pulled back and you went back up. Right over here, you know, double top, oh, broke down, oh, and then it came back up. You know, I'm just putting it out there. There's usually a topping process that looks something like this, where you come up, make the lower high, and then you start dying, and you're going to come down and take out, you know, wherever that neckline is over there. Okay, that is what it will look like. This right here, higher time frame double top, yeah, it's not even existent. Okay, so, you know, you're going to see people calling for this thing, but for what I just showed you over here, I think it was over here, right? You see how, you know, you're not too far away from right here, that where the neckline is, and then you have that change in character, that change in structure over there on the daily time frame. Well, guess what? For this, you got to come all the way back down here. Yeah, it's not happening. Okay, so anybody who talks about it, just know their opinion is completely irrelevant, because they're talking about something that's completely irrelevant. Okay, all right. Got above the 0.786 fib today. That does tell us we're probably going to see 100% retracement up to the 539.15 level, all-time high, current all-time high. Increasing volume on the day, guys, not necessarily so important, but I do want to, you know, just point out buyers are still, you know, participating here. And yeah, you've gone quite vertical over here, not quite as SPY, but as you could see, we are trying to get back up to the highs. If you pull back, it is a clear as day buying opportunity. Okay, specifically, where's the spot that I'm paying attention to? Right over here. Okay, 522.03, 522.03, 519.06, and then 522.03. All right, here's your green circle. I know we got a lot of lines on the chart, guys. You know, I watch my support and resistance. They help me. They guide me throughout, you know, the trading sessions, and, you know, they are pretty precise. Okay. So I'm sorry for all the lines, but they do mean things to me, and they should mean things to you. On the downside, as support, guys, we're going to have 527.92, 525.99, 524.07, 522. 03, which that is the big level if you're just paying attention right over there. Why? You got the short-term moving average right here. You got the confluence going on over here. You got a bunch of reactions. Okay, we're watching 519.06 to 522.03 if the market decides to pull back. Just like SPY, same thing over here on QQ. You did have the 15-minute bearish divergence. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Okay, guys. back over here, the daily time frame. I know we got the arrow, follow the yellow brick road, but let's just say price goes straight up. What are we watching as resistance? You have 531.24 currently right there on it. That's where you close. 524.13 rejected that today, and then 539.15. As you guys could see, clearly bullish. Do not get bearish on this pullback. Be bullish on the pullback, and you will be rewarded. It's time to make money in these markets. We're finally getting a trending move starting up, and it is time for us to take advantage. Okay, so don't you dare get short-term bearish over here. I'm going to say mid-term bearish. Just don't. All right, the swing upwards is loading. That is what is going on. It has just started. Okay, you see the yellow brick road over here? You see my arrow? Pull back to 224.66 to 226.64 on IWM. We like it. Okay, you just broke out from a downtrend. You had your base. You just made the higher high, the first higher swing high over here. Okay, you just took out that one over there. If you pull back into that, what was supply? Okay, pull back into it. If you see it, okay, it's probably going to be treated as demand. Now that you've flipped it, you got over where you had all this supply going on. And as you can see, this is your heavily traded zone. Okay, so this is the supply/demand zone that we're going to keep watching flip back and forth. We're now flipping to the demand zone. Expect buyers down there. You have the short-term daily moving averages, the 21 and the 9 over here. Blue is the 9. Right there, blue is the 9. 21 is that white line right there you see. Okay, and this is where we get our reactions. Okay, that determines our short-term momentum. And as you guys can see, we're now starting to flip that to the upside. You've been, getting these impulsive moves to the downside. When you're underneath it, well, what happens when you're over? You get impulsive moves to the upside, okay? So I am going to be looking for this to heat up, and I do think above 230.55, we have 233.40, 238.60 incoming. Resistance, 230.55, 235.92, 239.43, get above 239.43, watch the 244.98. We don't have to, that's irrelevant to us right now. We don't have to pay attention to that. All you really got to pay attention to is if you pull back into demand, expect price to eventually make it into this next golden pocket, 233.40 to 238.60. Okay, follow the yellow brick road. DIA over here, golden pocket. If sellers are going to step in, they're going to do so right over here. The melt up over here on DAA has started. You had the bullish divergence. You've had the base. You broke up from the base. You broke through supply. Okay? This thing is looking mighty fine. And if this thing pulls back, you better expect them buyers to step in for that higher low. Ideally, pulls back to 431.42 to 433.20. That's a picture perfect scenario. That zone right there, 431.42 to 433.20, is right where you have the short-term moving average, the 9 and the 21 EMA here on the daily time frame. Expect buyers there if you see it. Okay? Follow the yellow brick road. Already pointing out VIX, guys. Looking like we're probably going to be seeing a little bounce over here out of VIX. That aligns with what we were seeing on the indices. There we have it. Okay? And just to, really bring this picture together. Okay? It doesn't get much cleaner than this. It really does not get much cleaner than this. This is a break and retest. It actually does get cleaner than this. You got QQQ. It looks a lot cleaner than this, okay? Perfect reaction spot right here and right here. But as you can see on NQ, all right, it's picture perfect. You literally bull flagged, bull pennant, whatever the heck this thing is, okay? You did it right into, where you broke out from. This thing is looking like this move just started and, pull back over here. Like, this daily chart looks like a freaking beast, okay? You're testing, literally your last swing highs over here. You're finding sellers over there. Well, give me a pullback. What's probably going to happen after that? You're going to do something like that. At that point, what do you have, guys? Does anybody see what I see on these charts right now? You got that inverse head and shoulders action, all right? You pull back from right here. You have a neckline right here. You can make it with a zone, actually. All right, so we'll just do that. Of having our sloppy drawings like that, okay? Very clear. If you pull back, you're going to create this right shoulder here for this daily inverse head and shoulders pattern. You also just broke out this falling wedge pattern, bull flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call this. It doesn't matter. It's the same exact thing. But pull back in this area. Expect buyers on it, guys. Big tech is bullish. You are bullish on big tech right now, okay? Don't get bearish from me. Don't do it. Don't do it, dude. You're not going to have a good time. All right, let's talk about some mega caps. Okay, the big boys, the Mag 7 stocks, Tesla, piece of garbage. All right, piece of garbage right over here. It's okay. Whole market wants to, show incredible strength. Tesla wants to show the weakness. It is what it is, guys. Today I cut my 221 position, and I'm still holding March calls, and I am going, which, that was half the position. But, I'm going to be adding those back into the March, more March calls on this dip. I just think this thing is probably going to be consolidating down here for a few more days, or, honestly, could flush. I was thinking, market over here looks like it could pull back. If market pulls back, and if market has been going up and Tesla has been finding a way to trade flat or sell, what happens when market pulls back? Tesla has, double selling pressure on it. And from that point, this relative weakness is going to, give us a flush. I don't want to sit through that in, shorter dated calls. I much rather just, be safe on it and, just know that, hey, if I see that pullback, I could take full advantage of it and not be, bag holding on, shorter dated calls that will, potentially do some very bad things here if price decides to pull back. All right. So that's my plan over here on Tesla, guys. I don't know how you're playing it. Let me know how you guys, looking at Tesla and how you guys are, going about this. What I see, guys, weekly chart, very bullish, break and retest off previous highs over here. You pull back, you could really make the zone anywhere in between here. And you could see, guys, it's a picture perfect, break and retest over here. You could take off that level right there. Picture perfect. You flip this, previous supply, all-time high supply into demand. The thing's going to launch. Just wait on it, okay? Fresh breakout over there. Double bottom. It's in right there. All right. Get above 426.43. That's, the neckline of that double bottom. I do think this thing is going to be coming into, golden pocket. We'll just say 450 to 465 incoming. But, as we could see in the short term, is showing that relative strength. We're going to need to see this thing turn around. Probably knowing Tesla is going to come back all at once. So we will see how this goes. Okay. But there are very clear, leaders here in this market. And I pointed them out well ahead of time, guys. Okay. We pointed this out coming into this week, and as well as last week. Yeah. Things were definitely setting up to rip over here. We had this bullish consolidation. I flipped last week. I didn't flip last week, but, I just kind of just started pointing out. I was like, you know what, guys, nothing is scary. Everything is bullish consolidation. Like literally, it was. I think it was somewhere over here last week, Wednesday. I came up with the video, and I came up with saying, I was just talking during the video. I was like, you know what, guys? Every single freaking thing I'm looking at is consolidating in a bullish manner, and I'm not hearing nobody online talk about it. There's not a single person out there that's talking about it. They're like, oh, it might go up, it might go down, or they're just perma bears, and they're just like, the bottom's about to fall off. I wasn't seeing, any accounts posting bullish things. And I'm just saying, we had so many bullish setups. This is my bread and butter. This is like, a picture perfect. Okay. All right. So you broke out of Amazon. Dude, I can't wait till that's gone. I really can't. I told you guys my voice was going to come back, but I think I got this pneumonia thing. So I think I'm just going to have this cough for the next few weeks. Yeah, so far I was right on that. I think we're probably getting something like that. Someone told me to go to the doctor, like, because even if you're feeling better, you might have pneumonia. And yeah, 2 weeks later, I think that's what's probably happening. No, maybe a week and a half later. Regardless, guys. All right, Amazon. I'm just gonna point this out. We'll talk about MSTR2. That's the second one I'm gonna point out. I don't know if you guys can see. You guys cannot see that, okay? But now you guys could see that. Okay. That is, a whole lot that came in here on calls today on Amazon. Okay. This thing all 221 expiration. You have one, 516, but these are mostly for the February expiration. People are getting really bullish. Big money's getting bullish on Amazon. You have earnings right around the corner. And honestly, I do think this thing is going to 250. Okay. That's just my opinion. I think this is a very clear bullish story that is starting to pan out here. And we had, again, this bullish consolidation. It was clear as day. This was, one of the strongest ones I pointed out coming this week. Clear as day bull flag over here. Consolidated, pulled right into the, break and retest level 215.90. Started finding buyers right over there, within like 50, 60 cents. And then you pull back to the weekly 9. And now, you're starting to break up from that consolidation. It's looking absolutely beautiful. And this is, picture perfect chart right here. You've now hit both of my targets for the week. The next one is going to be that 240 psychological level. But, pullback, guys. Give me a pullback. We buy that pullback. And I know earnings is right around the corner. But, with how things are setting up, I think it's a clear as day buy, no matter what. Okay, clear as day. It's it's sitting right there. It's going right in front of our face. The next one we're going to talk about with strength today, Microsoft. Microsoft, baby. Okay, broke out of this consolidation. Well, it's not broken out yet, but guys, you're getting it right. You're very clear. I pointed out the pullback into the range was very likely going to be met with buyers. You then had this little downtrend action you could be paying attention to. You had the double bottom that I personally was paying attention to and called out well ahead of time. I pointed out when we were somewhere over here. Okay, you started finding buyers. You push up the neckline, 430, 432. Rejected, pulled back, flipped the short-term moving averages, and today Trump decides to pump the stock with the AI bill. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, guys. Your resistance 446.75. I did point out above 435, above 430, 432 neckline over here for the double bottom. We're probably going to be making our way back up to 456. That's where that measured move would really be bringing us. And as you could see, we are now getting that, ladies and gents. We are getting that measured move. All right, 23 schmeckles over here. Well, what is that? 22 schmeckles right there. Force 456.16 incoming, and from there, all-time highs is inbound. Okay. Come over here to Goog. This is another one that, I think is good, but I will not be surprised if this, pulls back a little bit with the market. Comes like, right there, maybe a 50% retracement of the move we just got, and then continues to go. There's nothing here like Amazon in the short term telling us to be, extremely bullish here. You did get your fresh breakout here from this pennant. All right, so that's good. I like, I know I'm flipping back and forth daily, weekly. But, you can see over here very clearly, weekly break and retest set up over here, very clearly showing strength here on the weekly time frame. Pull back to the weekly 9, previous all-time high break and retest for, weeks. Guys, when this thing goes, you're going to see this thing go. It's going to go 220. It's going to go 220, 230, okay? We just kind of got to really be patient on this, okay? This leg up was an $18 leg up from the previous high. What happens if you go 18 bucks up? You're at 220, okay? So that's Google over there. I'm bullish on this. You're watching 198.16. All right. And underneath there, expect buyers somewhere, in this mess of the short-term moving averages we have. Worst case scenario, you come down and you test that golden pocket. It's clear as day buying opportunity. You get to buy 193.31, or we'll just say 195. Ooh. All right. Ooh-wee. All right, coming over here to Apple, guys. Second day buyers are stepping in. You could see it here on the smaller time frames, really starting to turn around here on the hourly time frame. All right, got a little double bottom right there. Okay, break above there. This $3.60. Okay, where does that bring you? Brings you up to like 227-ish up there. All right, but daily time frame is what I think is very important here. All right, weekly, absolutely disgusting. Okay, but as you can see, we're starting to find buyers here off of this week's gap down. And as you could see, we did get a bullish engulfing candlestick, but this is the second day buyers are stepping in with the daily RSI that got under 30, now starting to hinge up. Hey, I think solid shot. We're going to come up and fill this gap up at 228.03. All right, Apple is a buy, guys. At the end of the day, you needed to really recover 240-ish, all right, 237 up there to really start seeing this thing start moving back up. But, for the time being, revert to the mean, give us to, 230 to 237. That's what I'm going to be looking for, okay? Now, last Mag 7 stock over, well, we got NVDA, okay? But last, over here besides NVDA is going to be Meta. And as you guys could see, you got this weekly trend line right over here. You're respecting it. Let's just take it off to clean it. Guys, oh my God, it's just consolidating this pennant. It wants to break out. Just wait for it to break out. It's going to go 650 to 7, or you know what? It's going to go 680 to 700 really freaking quick, in my personal opinion. All right, 650 to 660, it's set in stone. It's happening. We just got to be patient and wait for that to happen. But yeah, I do think that nice impulsive move is going to start popping back up, and we can see that quick above the previous high, quick $50, $60 move. I think it is incoming. Okay, so that is Meta over here. Let's talk about some chips, guys. Some chips, SMH, big breakout over here. I'm thinking this continues. If it pulls back into the breakout level right over here, 260, 226, you expect buyers there. If it pulls back a little more, Who cares? 255 to 260, guys. That is your buy zone over here on the SMH. On chips, guys, I think all-time highs is incoming. Let's come over here to ARM, guys. This was the move I was trying to play literally over here. I got a little faked out over here. I took, half the profits off right there. Shorter term calls I held. I took January calls off over there right near the highs. Why? Because we came up to the 0.786 fib, pretty much exact, and we rejected. Okay. And I held the February calls over here, and I figured we were going to have a 20-30% move come like within like a week. Once this daily RSI hit oversold territory, you didn't quite get there. And then little did I know, the move I was trying to catch over here, I knew something was brewing over here on this weekly time frame. You could see all this consolidation. It was gone, all this compression. Okay, the energy, it was going to get released at some point. You're seeing it happen right now. 188.75 is pretty much set in stone. It's incoming. Your dips over here on ARM, they're clear as day buying opportunities. You see the ARM dip, it is a buying opportunity. You see it come down here to 164.16, clear as day buying opportunity. Okay, MU, guys. The move has started above 106.74. You already got above there to 112.04. That is where I think price is going to head in the short term. Maybe you pull back, maybe you don't. If the market pulls back, it probably pulls back. You can clearly see the bullish picture over here on the monthly chart. It's starting to turn around. You got all this, just literally pull back into the previous highs over here. This thing looks like it's about to start making a move above 114.80. I do think 130.54 is in coming up here. You have the 0.618 fib from this whole move down. Okay, so put it on your radar. Pullbacks are buying opportunities. The chip sector, guys, pullbacks are clear as day buying opportunities. NVDA, guys, you're up here in the golden pocket. You rejected the 0.786 fib today. Above 148, guys, you're probably going to start coming back up to 153. All-time highs. Weekly chart, guys, do you see anything bearish about this? Because I know I don't. You have a break and retest off of, previous highs over here. And, honestly, this is like one of the cleanest charts in the market right here, guys. Like, what are we looking at? Insanely clean chart. Broke out of downtrend over here. Has double bottom. Has a big move over here. Pulls back into double bottom neckline and the weekly 21, finds buyers. You got a chance to play it. Pulls back again from that high over here. We know since it's the double top on a higher time frame, it's probably not going to play out. So you pull back. You're at the bottom of the range. You're in the perfect spot again. 130, 21, neckline over here, double bottom. Gets bought up to highs again. Okay. This thing's now probably going to break out of this range and have like an equivalent move. This range, guys, is almost $20. Okay. What's 20? Like we're going 160, 170 here on the video. It's going to happen. Okay. Coming over here to AVGO. Weekly chart is set up. Daily chart is set up in this pennant that just broke out. Okay. What happens if you make a new high? You're probably going a little bit higher. Okay. I do think the next impulsive move. Okay. Well, I'm not going to call it the next impulsive move, but I think AVGO is a main contestant for me to see an impulsive move start up over here, just like we saw on ARM. We're just seeing, something, I'm not saying it's going to be another thing like that, but I do clear as day see the setup over here and the potential. And, above 241.75, that is your, little resistance over here. Well, it was your support. Okay. But that is your resistance over there. Above there, we're watching 247.28. Above there, we have 251.88. Buying opportunity over here. Okay. Pull back to, 230, 234. I think that is going to provide a nice buying opportunity on AVGO. TSM over here, guys. We knew this one had the strength. We knew it had the strength before semis even, started going here. We knew this was going to be the leader. Guys, now that semis are going, just expect this to have some nice intraday impulsive moves to go with the sector, because this was a leader beforehand. It's probably going to be a leader now that we are seeing the move. Okay. One we don't talk about is MRVL. I do think this thing is getting ready for a move, and I think it's probably, another, just like AVGO, I think this is my next contestant for that impulsive move. It's clear as day getting ready. You have a whole bunch of consolidation here for a month and a half. It's getting ready to break out of that, and I do think this thing is probably going to, get ready for that 10% move. Okay? AMD, piece of garbage. We're not going to talk about it. Okay? We ain't going to talk about. What we are going to talk about is MSTR, guys. So MSTR over here, you had, within the past, last 7 minutes over here, you had millions and millions and millions and millions of calls come into the scene over here. Okay. This is on MSTR. Someone knows something over here. I'm just putting it out there. Chart doesn't look bad. Flow definitely doesn't look bad. Something bullish is probably going to happen. Bitcoin, it is a proxy for Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't look so bad. Yeah, the good things are probably going to be coming over here. I know you got these upper wicks, but you know, in reality, I think we are probably going to be seeing something happen over here on MSTR with how this is looking and how that flow is looking. You are above the short-term moving averages, all right? You want to hold above 380, 302, and then from there, you watch, you know, the high we had from yesterday on Tuesday, which was 404.42, and then 437.61. These are all calls for this week. You could see right here, all for this week. So, you know, someone thinks a big move is going to happen in the short term. Let's pay close attention. Okay. When we're talking coin is another one. I think this looks way better than MSTR, but it's not getting that crazy flow. You know, I think coin is probably going to be up at highs in the short term. Just got to wait for Bitcoin to really start moving. I think this and MSTR are going to be participating this time around. Okay. Looking really clean over here. Double bottom breakout. This is enough to bring you up to new highs. I think 350 plus incoming. Okay. Other than that, guys, we're watching HIMS. Buying and buyers off 28.72. Breaking a retest off of, you know, previous range over here. Triple bottom. Breaking retest off 28.72, guys. This thing's going 35 plus. Put it on your radar and make some money. Okay. Have fun. Most importantly. All right. Enjoy the game and continuously improve over time, and you're going to have a recipe for success. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. I really do. You know, from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate you guys. I love having, you know, you guys as a community. You know, people don't have that, okay? But, you know, we built this thing up from the ground floor, and, you know, I've put so much freaking time into this, and you guys have put so much freaking time into this. And, you know, in reality, we're one big happy family here. We got a banging community going here of, you know, multiple thousands of people who come here and review the same charts together every day. I think that is a beautiful freaking thing. Okay. And, you know, over time, we're just going to keep growing that family. I love you. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Appreciate y'all and peace.